Yo, what is up, y'all? It's Cone back here again today with another video. I want to apologize right off the bat. I'm sick, so if my voice sounds weird, not much I can do about it, but it is All-Star Weekend, so there's no time to waste. I've got to get this video to y'all, and today I'm going to be making my predictions for every single All-Star Weekend event. There's a lot of them between the usual dunk contest, three-point contest. Now they've kind of switched up the Rising Stars format, the Skills Challenge format. They've got this new, Rising Star shooting challenge type thing that we need to talk about too. So there is a lot to cover in this video, and I have to get this out to y'all before All-Star Weekend starts. I'm super excited for it. So here we go. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down below who you have winning each of your favorite events. If you've got a player from your favorite team, how do you expect them to do? And kind of just give me some input how you think this All-Star Weekend is going to go. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and start off with the dunk contest. It's one of the biggest parts of All-Star Weekend, and I feel like there have been a lot of people that have been unfairly hating on this dunk contest participant pool. I feel like we've got four really fun dunkers. So we've got Jalen Green, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Obi Toppin, and Cole Anthony as the four dunkers in this year's contest, and they're all really fun high flyers, and I expect some really big creativity coming from these guys. Obi Toppin has already done it before, and he was amazing in his appearance. He has these crazy 360 in-game dunks all the time. Obi Toppin is a name that I feel like if you know about dunkers, you're going to know about pretty well. So I don't think many people are kind of hating on Obi Toppin, but a lot of people aren't super excited for the rest of the guys. But these are high flyers. Cole Anthony, I feel like it's underrated in terms of his athleticism, and I feel like he's got some really fun ideas. Same with JTA. I feel like he's a better athlete than people really give him credit for. And personally, my winner is going to be Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green is, as a rookie, as someone who really is just a flashier player, I think he's going to come out with some super fun ideas for dunks, some swagger to it, and I think he's really just going to go crazy in this dunk contest. I think he's going to show out and show a lot of people that they're kind of sleeping on him. If you've watched his highlights, stuff from his G League time, or even this season with the Rockets, he has had some super athletic plays and dunks, and when he has the opportunity to just do it in kind of this enclosed setting where he can be as creative as he wants, throwing props, I think Jalen Green's going to put on a show, and so he's my winner for the dunk contest. For the three-point contest, it's, once again, I think it's a pretty fun pool. Now, we are missing some guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, sure, but there's some incredible shooters in here, including Desmond Bane, who has been absolutely lighting it up for the Memphis Grizzlies, Luke Kennard, who is one of the most slept-on three-point shooters in the league, Zach LaVine, who can get hot from three and make 13 in a row, CJ McCollum's a good three-point shooter, Patty Mills is underrated, Cat's probably the best three-point big man shooter of all time, Fred VanVleet has been a flamethrower from three this season, and of course Trae Young, who can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court the second he crosses half court. So we've got a really fun three-point contest pool, and I think you could pick almost any single one of these names, and I'd be like, yeah, I think that makes sense. Of course, they all are great three-point shooters, but I feel like there's just going to be so much competitiveness with this group of guys. I think there's a lot of guys who really want to win this thing, who have a lot of pride going into it. But for me personally, I'm going to pick Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet, like I said, he's been on fire from three-point range this season for the Raptors, and he just feels like a guy that's really going to go in there and show out. An undrafted guy in his first All-Star game appearance. I think he's going to really take advantage of this opportunity, and he's going to end up winning it. If I had to pick a runner-up, I'm going to go with Patty Mills. I feel like Patty Mills, like I mentioned, doesn't get thought of enough as this incredible three-point shooter. I feel like he's really going to be lights out, and don't sleep on Cat as well. It would be super cool to see a guy like Cat win the three-point contest as a center. Not quite sure he's going to beat some of those other guys, but I could definitely see it happening. So moving on from that, we've got the new skills contest. If you don't know what's different about this, they, instead of having a bunch of participants in kind of a tournament format, they've got three teams, and the teams are the Antetokounmpos with Giannis, Alex, and Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Alex plays for, I believe, the G League Raptors, if you didn't know that. You've got three Cavaliers with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. And finally, you've got three rookies with Josh Giddey, Cade Cunningham, and Scotty Barnes. And so the skills contest is basically you dribble around some poles, some cones, whatever you want to call them. I've seen something that said apparently the passing target this year is going to be moving, that there's going to be something where you have to shoot from half court type thing. So I don't know what the skills contest is maybe going to look like, but I'm excited for this new format. And of course, being as biased as I am going to pick the rookies to win this, featuring Thunder rookie Josh Giddey. I just think if there is like kind of shooting involved, I like these guys as shooters. Josh Giddey is the best passer of this group as well. And so I think they have a good mix of shooting, playmaking, all the different things you need in the skills contest. I really like the way that their skill sets complement each other, so they are the guys that I'm going with. Next, we have the shooting challenge. This is like part of the Rising Stars, and basically what they did was they took a bunch of guys, and what they're doing is they're having them shoot from like iconic locations, including like Charles Barkley's shot. I think the Ray Allen corner three is on there. Of course, the Damian Lillard shot over Paul George is there, and there are 4 teams. You've got Desmond Bane and Tyrese Halliburton, Scotty Barnes and Tyrese Maxey, Josh Giddey and Evan Mobley, and then you have 2 guys from the G League Ignite in Michael Foster Jr. and Fambo Zhang. So, out of those 4 teams, I think one is by far the best shooters. I do want to be biased and pick Josh Giddey and Evan Mobley, but I don't think in a shooting competition I'm going to pick against Desmond Bane and Tyrese Halliburton. I really don't think it's close for who is the best group of shooters. Now, maybe they're not clutch. Like, I think it's called the Clorox Clutch Challenge, so maybe they aren't up for that task. But by far, they are the best 2 shooters, so I have to go with them. Next, we've got the Rising Stars game, which is tonight as I'm recording this video. I'm super excited about that. And we've got 4 teams of drafted guys. It's like this tournament format, and they were picked by different NBA legends. So, first, we've got Team Barry, which is Cade Cunningham, Dyson Daniels, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, Alperen Şengün, Jae'Sean Tate, and Franz Wagner. Then we've got Team Isaiah, which is Precious Achiuwa, Desmond Bane, Sadiq Bey, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Hardy, and Isaiah Stewart. Then we've got Team Peyton, which is LaMelo, Scotty Barnes, Ayo Dosunmu, Chris Duarte, who has been replaced with Jonathan Kuminga, Scoot Henderson, Jaden McDaniels, and Davion Mitchell, who has now been replaced by I'm blanking on who he got replaced by. He got replaced by Bones Highland. And finally, Team Worthy, which is Cole Anthony, Narjan Beauchamp, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Josh Giddey, Jalen Green, Herb Jones, Tyrese Maxey, and Jalen Suggs. So I think there's a lot of really fun teams on there. Once again, I want to be biased, and my bias pick is to pick Team Worthy with Josh Giddey on it. But if I've got to just pick a team straight up, I think I'm going to go with Team Isaiah. Desmond Bane, Sadiq Bey, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton is kind of a ridiculous, like, big 4 for that squad. I do think Team Worthy has a good shot. I also like Team Peyton a lot with LaMelo, Scotty Barnes, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels. I think the teams are pretty even. Team Barry is also interesting with Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham going to be on the same team. I think there's going to be some super fun play between those 2 guys. So I could really see any team taking this, but I do think Team Isaiah is probably the best one. Moving on from that, we finally have the All-Star Game, and the All-Star Game rosters are Team Durant, which is Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Andrew Wiggins, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, who is the injury replacement for Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, DeJounte Murray, Karl Anthony Towns, coached by Eric Spoelstra, and then we've got Team LeBron, which is Jokic, Giannis, Curry, DeRozan, LeBron, Jared Allen, who is replacing James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Luka Doncic, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Chris Paul, and Fred VanVleet. So, looking at the rosters right off the bat, Team LeBron's going to win this. I would be surprised if they did not win this. I mean, it is an all-star game, so it really could go either way. But like if we just look at the starting fives, it kind of just shows LeBron's GM skills that have been heralded across the league for a while now. Like Team LeBron's starting 5 is Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron James, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. Like that's like 3 of probably the top 4 MVP candidates right now in DeRozan, Giannis, and Jokic. You throw in Steph Curry and LeBron James. You look at Team Durant's starting 5, and it still is really good. It's an all-star game, but like a starting 5 of Ja Morant, Trae Young, Andrew Wiggins, Jason Tatum, and Joel Embiid is just not as good as the other starting 5. And then we look at the benches. You've got Luka Doncic over on LeBron's side. Darius Garland, I think, is going to try and show out. You've got... also, I realize now I said James Harden after saying Jared Allen was his replacement. No James Harden in this one. You've got Chris Paul, though. Jimmy Butler is probably going to be locked in. Like... I think Team LeBron is the better team, both looking at the starting 5s and the benches. And I just don't expect LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka. I just don't expect them to let their team lose. If I have to pick an all-star game MVP, maybe DeMar DeRozan. I feel like he could be a guy that could really go off in this one. He's been on fire, scoring like 35 points per game over his last 7 games, shooting over 50% every single game. So I feel like DeMar DeRozan is a guy that could go out, show it, and win that. Although I do think if Kevin Durant's team wins, I could see a guy like John Morant taking it home, maybe like a Devin Booker, or maybe we see like, I could see maybe like a Fred VanVleet showing out, like a Jokic. I don't know, but if I have to make a pick right now, I am going to go with DeMar DeRozan. I think he's just a guy who's really built for the All-Star game, a guy that's going to knock down some crazy mid-ranges, can dunk, can pretty much do it all for his team. I'm super excited to see him play, and with how clutch he's been, when it gets down to the wire in the All-Star game, DeMar DeRozan, I think, could have the ball in his hands a lot, so he is going to be my pick for All-Star game MVP. So, those are my All-Star weekend picks. Let me know what your picks are, who you have winning the All-Star game, dunk contest, three-point contest, and everything in between. I'm super curious to see who y'all pick. I think it's going to be a super fun weekend. Might do some live streams over the course of the weekend. I'm not quite sure yet. If you do want to see that, comment down below, and I'm definitely going to make videos recapping some of the events, what goes down and stuff like that. So make sure to look out for that. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Real one, say it back.